He'll still start at 9. We're just doing some puja first.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can. Yeah, that's what we're seeing.
You still see Narayana or see me?
No, we see both.
Oh, I think this is lagging a little bit.
Oh yeah.
If you want to see what you look like in the camera, we can tilt it
I
this
don't
way.
really care what I look like.
If you keep it this way, then she can see herself. And
Okay, namaste everybody. We are live. We will be starting at 9 a.m., which is still 5 minutes away. So for 5 minutes, I'm just going to do some prayers. And we will be making nasal oil, hair oil, shatadhota ghee, and talc powder. If you are a counselor student, you will be only making talc powder, shatadhota ghee, and the other two either make nasal or hair oil, only one thing, don't make two. But we'll talk about that. But before we start anything, we have to pray, so we can just start by chanting Om on all the ingredients, get all the ingredients set up while, the first thing we're going to be making is you need ghee and you need cold water. So that's all you need in the beginning, ghee and cold water. You can wear gloves if you like. If you have a plate or a tray, steel is perfect, anything would do, that's fine. And just a little bowl for rubbing it. If you don't have it, you can so get this. Anyway, so we're gonna start by chanting Om. So we will pray to Dhanvantari. Namami Dhanvantari Adidevam Surasurehi Vandit Padapadmam Loke Jararuk Bhaimrityunashan Dhataramisham Vividaushidhinam. Sarvakaryeshu Sarvadam Narishaya. So we are also going to empower we still have 3 minutes of chanting just to empower everything. So I'm just doing this. So it's 10 times. And I'm just going to chant Om 10 times. Om, 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 Om. And all the Om should go in the ghee and this water. Oh, you need ghee. We're making a sample size. Oops. So you can get some ghee out. I will just do it in compared to this. Is it 9 o'clock yet?
1 minute.
People watching.
So
Yes, people watching.
there's like about that much that gets cut off from what you see on the camera.
All right. Om, 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 Aushadhis, Ayurvedic, herbs, oh Mother Nature, please empower all these herbs that we're going to use today. And whosoever uses it, let it be auspicious for them, let it be healing for them, let it help support all kind of imbalances. All right. So, namaste everybody. I think it is finally 9 o'clock and we can start. So, get your ghee, get a metal plate ideally, if not just any bowl would do. But if it's a little flat, it would be easier. And you could get maybe, what do you call this? What do you call it?
Carafe. No, yeah.
Huh?
Carafe?
Bowl?
Bowl is closest. but-
Bowl, it's like a bowl or something.
Small metal bowl.
Small metal bowl.
Oh,
Okay. So, if you could let us know in the chat that you are ready with your ingredients, and then we're gonna get started. We need some water,
no,
right?
no, spoon. Did you have water? I think we both need water, right?
Yeah, you need to get some two glasses so that, or cups so that I can give you the water. Just ghee and cold water. Make sure it's cold water, and the water should be filtered. Filtered cold water.
Okay, 2 people are ready.
Okay. Out of how
3.
many? Okay. When you're ready, only then we'll start.
Yep. We got 4 people ready. 5.
Yes, you need filter from the fridge. You can get cold water, a little bit, half a cup for Brinley and a half a cup for yourself. I mean, I have so much, you can have half of mine.
7. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Do you have
7
something to put
people
on?
ready.
Share half.
You can use them in
Yeah.
these, yeah.
You might need more water than that.
We have 17 people watching.
Here, I'll put some.
Alright. Who wants the cool dad cup?
Yeah, he gets the cool dad cup.
I think I should get
I'm sorry, I need this. So now you have your water and you have your ghee. So we're going to start by making an Ayurvedic moisturizer. It's called Shata Dhauta Grita. And before we begin, I want to show you what the finished product looks like. So she'll have to zoom in.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it. We can see it? Can you show more of the inside? Yeah. There you go, yeah.
It's like a white cream. So instead of going and spending, face creams is $1 billion industry, quite frankly. We're making our own. That's what it's gonna look like. So we can go back to our normal.
There you go.
So we're gonna start off by taking a tablespoon of ghee. I think this is that's it. And make sure your ghee is like, you might need a,
Should I zoom in more on the plate?
yes. So no. You can use your katori. Use your
Okay.
bowl.
Yeah.
So you can. You guys can use a big tablespoon like this if you do not have a bowl, right? Stick this in. Stick this in all over. Like this. Now this water that you have, I have just added a little bit of organic rose water that is not needed at all. I just like my cream to smell good. So I'm just going to put for you also. So we have to wash this ghee 100 times. Shata Dhauta Grita. It doesn't mean we pour lots of water in it and then it comes, just a small amount of water is good. Can you help set up Linda also? Okay, doesn't matter. Linda, set yourself up. Or just grab a chair and come sit here. Alright. So we are going to start off by taking just a tiny amount of water, and remember, water and oil do not mix. It's not going to mix. You're just going to pour a little bit of water on this ghee. That's it. Literally, and you're just doing this. She can use mine. So we've just poured some ghee, and we are washing this. And now I'm putting the water back. You have to pour the water back. Right? And then maybe 10 times, just 1, 2, 3. It's very messy. 4. Oh, there's some water that still remains. Yes. Make sure all the water gets out. Water, some of it, a little bit of ghee is also going out, but. So you see the color of the ghee changing a little bit? Maybe you need to add a bit more ghee. Yes, Brindley. So Linda, you know what you're doing?
No.
We took some ghee and we put the ghee and we added some super cold water. It has to be cold water. I'm going to add more ghee. Again, second time around, add water, just a tiny bit of water, and get the water out. Get rid of the water, whatever way you can. Now mix it. So some of the water obviously remains. So you would think, why are we doing it like this? So ideally you don't want to think bad thoughts, you want to think about divine, you want to think about chanting. You want to think good thoughts. Yes, you could also, someone had asked me before, why can't we just blend it? Yeah, that would be easier, right? But then so the energy, the prana from our body flows through our hands, through this is flowing to this ghee. And you need like a bowl. You have to go in the kitchen and grab a bowl.
Small bowl?
Yeah, just like that.
I'm going to do it last again. You probably are not going to do it 100 times. Probably, we'll get tired about 25, 30 times, which is fine. So the ghee, the water doesn't really stick because it's water and oil do not mix. So the water is coming out. We don't want the water, we just want the ghee. So when this is my 4th time I've done it, I'm going to, I'll give you this. Rub it this time maybe 25, 30 times. Just mixing it in. Here, take this. I'm taking this. Like an auntie.
Not quite the cool that one, but we'll have to do it.
You need just a tiny, you can use my water. Round and round and round and round, good thoughts are going in. Eventually, I'm going to show Brindley's plate, it's going to start changing color. Do you see how Brindley's plate, it has become completely white? It's a small sample size you have. Mine hasn't, it will change colors, it will become white. You just keep on doing it. Wash, put the water in again. Get rid of the water. And so you wash it first and you do the mixing motion later. Exactly. It is easier to do it with a smaller amount. You know, the part of the ghee that you're using, Arjun and I, it is the cow's ghee, and so it'll take a little bit more time. Yours is already turned away, yeah. Because of the ingredient, this is like a different ghee from India. This is a different ghee.
That's where I use. I go to the store here.
More water. How is everybody doing? So you pour the water, take the water out. She took a small sample size, so Linda's is done already. You wanna come and sit here, Linda, since yours is done? Mine, I took a whole big bowl. It's gonna take me another. Yours is almost done. Here. Sorry.
You don't need a blender. I was gonna say,
Yes.
he doesn't need a blender.
Yeah, I'm using too much ghee, so it's taking more time.
The water out completely.
Well, some of the water remains.
Yeah, it's changing color.
Yeah. Because she used a very small amount also, hers is already done. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is, do you have, sorry, I'm going to use, it's not very clean. Show me yours, because she again used a smaller amount. Do you have a thing to put your, like a, need a, yeah.
Oh wait, that's
That's
the water one.
No.
I have another one. I have an extra one.
I need a paper towel, which I didn't.
I did.
Keep on doing it, it takes time. So if you use a small amount of ghee, you pour the water out, and you kind of left with this. So she used only like one spoon, so hers is already done. And this I probably need another 10 minutes. Yeah, this will be done. And a spoon.
You want a spoon?
Yeah, this one took me about 40 minutes to make. But we do not have 40 minutes to just do one like this. So this took 40 minutes. But you can, I want you to check the consistency. Just put your finger in and see the consistency.
No. Oh, maybe my fingers. Oh yeah.
So, see the cream? Also, if you try to blend this will stick to the blender, and good luck getting it out of the blender. I put mine in the Yeah, it smells a little bit of. Do you want me to put an essential oil just for the heck of it? Sure.
I have some eucalyptus oil.
Eucalyptus we use in the nas, yeah.
Okay.
Rose oil?
Yes.
Yeah, the ghee that we used was.
Oh, ghee.
Yeah. No, the yellow part of the ghee, it's going to take longer, that's all.
Because it's calcium.
So it is cow's milk, but when the ghee is made, there is a part of the ghee that is kind of coming on the top. That is more the oil part, and that part takes a little bit more time to make. And you want to get rid of all the water. Yes, I'll have to do the dishes later. How's everybody doing? Yeah. So this is our Shatta Dhauta Dhutta.
What? Yes. What is it?
So this is like a great moisturizer. Good hands and so on. Finally you drop. Yeah, no, that's not. Here you go. That is your first Shatta Dhauta. And if you your hands are all soft.
So I could put mine in here.
Yeah. Almost done. Yours is getting there. If everybody's done, we'll move on to the next one. Let me know when you guys are done on the YouTube chat. Arjun keeps getting changed.
It smells good. It's by itself.
Yep, finally.
There you go.
You will take some home for your mom.
Yeah.
Put it in the fridge, please.
So for someone with rosacea, something
Yeah, yeah.
can they use it?
If it is pitta type and it is
Because
oily,
red.
no.
If it's dry and
If it is dry, yes. But you know what it's good for? If you do not put any essential oil in it, you know how you get the cold sore? So put it in the fridge. Now it is like a cold sore, and you can put it on the cold sores in the mouth. Because it's just ghee and water. Even if you swallow it, there is nothing in there. See? Changed.
Yeah.
Finally. Can somebody go check the YouTube chat?
Yep, I'm checking
Yeah.
right now.
If everybody's done, we'll move on to number 2. Show yours. Yay!
Okay, I have one
Shall I
person
put some
not done.
essential oil in it?
Some are done, some not done.
So we'll wait.
There is a question, can it be used as a lip balm?
Yes, it can. If you're going to use it as a lip balm, don't put essential oils on it. Then just keep it simple. Just water and
What happens when you wash the ghee 100 times and why 100 times?
because that is what the acharyas have said.
Yeah.
Because that's what the gurus have said. If they said 109 times, then you would have done 109. If they said 27 times, you would have done 27.
Yeah.
Yes. Also remember, in times of Ayurveda, there was no blender. So what we are doing now in a blender, this can be achieved in 3 seconds. But we don't want to use the blender, we want to use our energy. But yes, blender can be. You know, what is that thing that you use in baking that has the 2 revolving?
A whisk.
The whisk. So you can whisk this and you'll get a cream.
Are
Since
there contraindications for any specific dosha type or skin issue?
if it's very pitta type and it's oozing, if there's some liquid coming out, then please don't use it. Otherwise, it's okay for all.
One other question, is that water the same, is it the same water that you're adding over and over again?
Yes, it's the same water. So the water, I added like a little tiny bit of rose water in this. You can actually make this whole thing with rose water only, which is very expensive. But then it can be a face cream. So if you just use rose water and ghee, and you keep on, then you can actually put it on your face, especially if you have very, very dry skin.
So another question, can it cause breakout?
If your skin is sensitive to oil, yes. So you know yourself already that if your skin is sensitive to oily products, then do not use it. If someone has very, very dry skin and they need to put oil and moisturizer on their skin, then this is one of the best moisturizer for them.
One other question, will it clog pores on your face?
Of course it will, but you're not supposed to. That's why you use it when you make it with rose water. Rose water is astringent. So you put the cream on and then you wash it and then you take it off. So unless if you are a pitta person and you have sensitive skin, then avoid it. If you are vata and you have more dry skin, and some people have dry skin in different parts of their body, then fine. Great place to use it, our hands. My God.
Beautiful.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I need to give you some.
That's
Put it
beautiful.
here.
I think most everyone is done now.
All right. So I know you use the chair.
Oh, that's pretty.
What are the benefits and in what ways you can use this?
Shatadhota Ghrita is one of the best moisturizers on the planet. So have you heard of something called shea butter? What is shea butter?
Is it the purple?
It is in all kind of skin products, and it's a natural product. This can be used in lieu of shea butter. In any skincare product, shea butter is used. This is like our Ayurvedic shea butter. That's what it is. And any kind of moisturizing, like I said, cold sores, put a pinch of turmeric, get it out, put a pinch of turmeric, burns, any kind of skin issues. It moisturizes. Pregnant women on your belly, stretch marks. There is like 100 things you could do. It's just butter, basically. That's what it is.
What about the mosquito bites this time of year?
Mosquito bite, you might want to dry a mosquito bite, not oil it.
Okay.
Because if you have an insect bite and the insect bite is itchy, and sometimes you want to, that's why when we put calamine lotion, it dries it off. So then this is not the thing. Then you want to put like a salve on it, which we will talk about.
So there's another question. Since we mix with water, how long does it stay? I assume how long does it keep in the fridge?
It can keep in the fridge indefinitely because it's just butter and water. But if you keep it outside, then it's a problem because you can get some bacteria. It doesn't have a long shelf life because we have not added any preservatives to it. The minute you are adding water to like a milk product or ghee or oil, the ghee part is not going to get contaminated, but the water part is. So always put it in the fridge, use it within a few months, pretty much. 3 months maybe is good.
Yeah, so I think you've answered the question about how long does it stay fresh.
Yeah.
Yes.
And can a similar procedure be done with solid coconut oil?
That's a really good question. Yep. Yeah, but this is from the Ayurvedic textbooks. So yes, we do a lot of stuff. Look, there's a lot of. Ooh, who's gonna do the dishes here?
I'm not sure if my voice asking the questions is coming out on the audio. You might want to repeat the questions when I ask them also.
Okay, so I had a question. What is the shelf life? About 3 months. Keep it in the fridge. I had a question. What can it be used for? It's a great moisturizer for vata. It can be used for cold sores. Obviously, if you're going to use it for cold sore, you do not want to put essential oil in it. Just water and ghee. If you've heard of shea butter, which is used in so many of natural alternative beauty products, this is like our Ayurvedic version of shea butter. All right. At least you can take this.
Is it okay if it still smells like ghee?
Yeah, it's this. It does smell like. You were supposed to do it for 30-40 minutes, but yeah, it will still smell like ghee, which is why we are putting. It's literally just ghee and water.
Okay, they are saying that they can hear me asking the questions. So that's
Oh, okay, perfect. All right. So if you want to clean up, we'll take 5 minutes for cleanup, and then we are now going to make our powder, which is a natural alternative to
If
towel.
you need the dishes back, I can wash them real quick.
No, just put them back. I will wash them later. Thank you.
Okay.
Here you go.
Do we need the bowl in there?
This you're taking. Oh, this is mine.
Somebody has their dog licking their
I thought
arm.
that was.
Oh, gosh.
Thank you.
See, Shabdha, the glitter makes your dog loves you. So there you
Should I
go.
take this water?
Yeah, we
This
need to
is
clean up.
I didn't use it. It just has a little bit of oil.
Wow, we really need to clean up now. Wow, my hands are like, they haven't been this.
I know, I'm like, this is what it feels like to be in Florida.
I'm all in Florida because it's
So wet.
my skin is so itchy.
I know, I'm like, I need it on my legs now.
I know I got a bunch of, I don't know, like my skin is drying. They're in my legs and I get itchy.
So I think
I wonder if it's something to show our legs more.
Right.
They're like, oh, there's nothing holding the moisture anymore.
what?
Yeah.
I have extra of these.
I have some too. I have,
Help yourself.
and I also have,
Yeah, I think we need one for the powder, so.
I have.
Oh, that's some arrow root. If we only need a little bit, I have, so you don't have to open it. Okay, cool. You know?
No, I'll do it. Super, don't worry.
I mean, I think that's the amount that we're gonna end up using.
Yeah, I didn't know
Just a
how
picnic.
much.
Oh, I know. Look, I have full bags too.
Here you
All
go.
right. Okay.
This is what I got. Look, I got this.
I'm Atul, by the way. I don't know if I've met both of you before.
Linda, you met
You
Linda.
met me at
Yes.
You
the
just wear the
workshop.
mask.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
And Atul, I'm Brindley.
Yes, I figured that out. Nice to meet
This
you.
is what I got, Mandulani.
That's awesome. So, let me get this out.
So,
Oh, you have
Right.
right? And then we'll,
Oh,
because I don't
my.
have any of
yeah,
that.
yeah. So
I have
this
him
is,
and Magista. I have Brahmi.
Shall I bring a roll of paper towels
No,
over
no, I
here?
don't need paper towel. I'm going to put a plastic on.
I wasn't
Both of
sure.
us.
Yeah.
No, because I think I ordered that too and it didn't come.
Yeah, I have that, and I also have the beeswax.
Okay, I've got some of that too.
So if you need some of that. The only thing I forgot today, well, not even forget, I just didn't have a chance to go get it, was the ghee.
And then I have the turmeric as well.
Oh, I didn't bring turmeric.
Because we're just using a little bit, so again, I think that's.
This is what I brought.
And I didn't bring the other oils either. I brought ghee, but not the other.
Oh, and I also brought, Mandalani, I brought rose petals, and I bought saffron just in case.
This you want to hide.
Yes.
So no wet ingredients here. You can put it on the side for now.
On the side.
So, someone is asking, should you put this on under moonlight?
Yes, yes, that's a really great question. Linda, you want to come sit next to me?
Another comment, you are having too much fun. I want to be there too.
All right. Linda, come and sit here.
That's how we do it.
You're inoculated, right? Linda?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Can I put this here?
You can also put it on my table and I can hand you whatever you need.
Okay.
My table.
Yes, she gets her. Is this yours or is this Arjun's?
That's for Arjun. But we can
Oh,
do
that's
it.
empty,
Is this
but
or is
yeah.
this what we're doing now?
No, we are doing the powder. Let's see. Okay.
I should say.
Arjun, can you start giving me all of this? Arrowroot powder, Manjishta. Somebody get me neem.
I have these smiling ones.
Yes.
Salve.
Then you call it Linda's salve.
I have some of these if you want.
Neem is the only thing I don't have. I just need.
I have neem.
I literally need half a teaspoon of neem from there. You can put it in there. And then you're sitting next to me since
Oh.
you're my.
And Linda, can I have one of those? I think they make more sense than.
You want this?
Well, I have this one, but do
You
you
want
want this
this?
okay for the powder? Okay,
Yeah,
no, I got many of these.
No, because I have this one too.
How much did you need?
That's it. So sandalwood, oh goodness, sandalwood powder or rose pepper powder. Let me get my sandalwood powder. She has sandalwood powder.
Yeah, I try to get everything you put on the list.
Oh my god.
You have sandalwood powder?
I don't have it, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll make whatever, if
You
I'll be
can
making
grab-
it or not.
Yeah, you could grab whatever you want. That's why I brought everything because I wasn't sure if everyone.
What do you like?
I help you do the dishes.
All right.
Yep.
And
Here.
Do you mind if those?
No, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, I forgot to put it down there. And you can put this over here too.
I guess we're gonna mix it in a bowl.
Should I bring you a bowl?
A bowl and you get your own spoon. This is my spoon. Yes.
I'll get the spoon.
All right, guys. We are going to prepare the natural alternative to talc. It can be used as in India. It's very popular. You know, you sweat a lot. I think in places like Florida, or it's very, you know, people actually use a talcum powder as a deodorant and to dry out all that, especially when it's very humid, to dry out all the sweat. And in India, there's something called prickly heat powder. You know, you get these little bumps on the skin. It's called prickly heat. Have you heard of prickly heat? You've lived in Texas, you must know what prickly heat is. Prickly heat is when you're in a hot and wet condition and you get bumps on your skin. It's called, it's pitta, it's prickly heat. And in India, it's very popular. You get this prickly heat neem powder. Now, most talcum powders are not good for you. Also, ladies, how many of us have used translucent makeup? Use arrowroot flour instead of translucent. That, you know how much you pay? Like, you can pay $15 for a little translucent thing that you put like this, right? So arrowroot is actually a vegetable. I have to take my mask off to talk. So is that okay?
Yes.
All right. So we're going to have, I'll have you make the whole thing in here. So Linda is making, I'm talking.
Should I zoom in on?
Like this.
Oh, you want me to zoom in on? Okay.
So first we have to make sure that everybody has you have your arrowroot flour, you have a pinch of turmeric, you have a rose petal. Do you want to use your own rose petals?
Yeah. Mine are not grind. They're kind of.
Oh no, I ground them, so you
You
use
ground
Oh,
them.
you have rose petal
powder.
powder.
Oh, you got rose powder.
Fill her up.
It's
Are you using
it's probably
talc
in
for
the
this?
bag.
No, I'm using arrowroot flour. We are making an alternative to talc. But
Right.
that's it.
Got a little extra.
So that was 2 teaspoons.
It was right at 2 teaspoons.
Okay. So, And then we're gonna use a pinch of manjishta, not a lot. We're gonna use a pinch of manjishta.
I'll just, okay.
Are you getting Nanda?
Yes.
All right.
Just
So-
when you show stuff, make sure it's in the frame.
If you have everything, then we will get started. If you can tell us on the chat if you guys are ready.
The Ayurvedic.
Oh, excellent.
How much was it? 1 tablespoon? Or teaspoon?
We're gonna start with about 3 teaspoons of arrowroot flour.
I have more if you want.
We have lots more.
Very good.
So let's start with, I have a lot, so I'm going to start with, let's do 4,
Can you use manjishta oil instead of the manjishta powder?
no, you cannot use any oil, it's all dry products. If you do not have the powder, then do not use it. Just use, so like this, 4 teaspoons.
Is it okay to use lavender instead of rose?
Yes, it is totally okay to use any kind of flower petal. Calendula, lavender, rose, hibiscus, totally fine. 2. Use this one, make it in this one. That is Thakurji's. 3. Okay, when we measure,
That's one person ready.
that is like,
Okay, flat.
yeah, that is 1 spoon.
Okay.
So you probably
I have them.
1.5. You've already done it now.
Yeah.
So this should already be
Yes.
4. Yes, you're like me. I hate measurements.
Yes.
This is how I cook. A pinch of this. a
I know,
pinch of that.
and it's by taste.
It's by taste, exactly.
By taste.
So much allowed not in this thing?
You could
Oh,
make
this
it
is okay, okay.
This is fine. This is fine. All right. Did you get? So get 4 teaspoons of arrowroot flour in. And we will be taking off shortly in the plane. And
Can you zoom in on that?
yes, please.
Okay, here. Yeah.
It's just arrowroot flour. All right. Now we're gonna take, if you have rose petals or lavender, so take 1 teaspoon of rose petals. That's it.
Ground preferred.
Brown. Take this one, Arjun, if you want. Yes.
So you made this, you dried rose petals and then ground them up.
That's how I made mine, but Brindley got her own rose petal powder, so we're just using hers because we're being lazy.
And that was 4 tablespoons of arrowroot powder, right?
Yes.
No, teaspoons.
Teaspoon.
4 teaspoons. That's a big teaspoon.
Yeah, she heaped it up really big.
Yeah.
So yeah, we ended up just doing 3. This is a teaspoon, not a tablespoon. Okay, done?
Still waiting for more confirmation. So far, one person has said ready.
So you just wait. And now, neem. This was 1 teaspoon neem, right? This is already half a teaspoon. 1 teaspoon turmeric is there. 1 teaspoon neem is there. And we're gonna get 1 teaspoon of manjishta.
4 to 1 to 1 to 1.
Only the sandalwood powder is gonna be like a pinch.
Okay, that's 2 people ready.
Okay, when everybody is ready, we'll add more. All we have done is added.
This is such a pretty color.
I know. You know, this rose petal powder you can use in your cheeks instead of the. That's what I use. I'm wearing it.
Oh, that's really nice.
And if you buy it from one of those, juice, you can pay $36 for a lipstick, or for this literally just rose petal powder that they're calling the blush. You can pay $50 for that because it's natural.
And it has astringent quality, so it's good for pitta.
It is good for pitta skin. I have pitta skin.
I think I've got 5 out of 7 or 8 people ready.
Okay, then we're gonna take a pinch of turmeric. Actually, 1 teaspoon, not pinch. This is gonna be 1 teaspoon.
She has too much.
I don't have enough.
She has not too much.
Okay, she has turmeric.
I'm gonna give you an actual teaspoon measure.
That would be great.
That is not a teaspoon.
I know.
That's
I've been like measuring small. It's like I'm like
You're like, this looks about
this.
right.
This
This
is.
is a tablespoon.
I know. This is too big. I've been literally like taking a little bit because I know it's too big.
No,
You're gonna have
that
more.
one. Let's get a real one. Yeah, he's getting it.
Yeah.
He's totally winging it here.
I'm literally winging it. I'm like, okay, this.
You're eyeballing it.
I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, it's a tablespoon.
Well,
so how
I'm
much
doing
is
the
a
math of
teaspoon?
like, how many teaspoons for a tablespoon?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I can't remember.
Alexa, how many teaspoons
Okay.
go in the tablespoon?
This is a teaspoon.
Oh,
He needs it.
yeah. He needs
Yes.
it.
3 teaspoons.
Yes.
I do know things. So.
That's it. That's perfect.
And 48 teaspoons to a cup.
Of course, we don't need to Google it. We can Google it.
How much? Wait, how much was it?
What?
4, right?
3 to a tablespoon.
3 to a tablespoon. I was thinking 4.
So you got the turmeric. Everybody got the turmeric and the rose petal and the arrowroot.
See the rose petal, arrowroot, and turmeric.
Now we'll add our. This is already pre-measured. 1 teaspoon. This is pre-measured.
So I can just put it in.
Just put the whole thing in. So we have added neem to it now.
You see it?
And when you're doing a precise measurement, oh boy, give show me. Why? Did you ever have labs?
Yes.
Show me. Okay.
Is this kasturi turmeric or regular turmeric?
Just regular turmeric. This is like one-stop shop for everything. Makeup, face, rosacea, psoriasis, eczema. But obviously if somebody's skin is too dry, you don't want to use this.
Yeah, this one.
This is like for the person who was asking the questions about can I put it on like when the skin is very, very pitta, then this is perfect. But when the skin is very vata, you need moisturizer, then you need shutter the whole thing, not this. Alright, what is our next ingredient? Arrowroot is done, turmeric is manjusha. That's it, done. Now,
Is
that's
there
it.
any alternative to manjusha?
No, we haven't.
We haven't done the
No,
manjusha?
we haven't done the manjusha.
So 1 teaspoon of manjusha.
Does the order matter?
Doesn't matter.
Is there any alternative to manjusha, like if someone doesn't have manjusha?
Then don't use anything. No problem.
Just omit it.
Just omit it, yeah. Here you go.
Ah.
All the men's stuff.
Acha, no. Give me the spoon.
What
So
if
you
your
are putting
skin-
your.
What if your skin is a combination of vata and pitta?
So you just dipped it in neem. Now you're putting the neem in the manjusha. So there'll be contamination. So we need to do this.
Okay, question. What if your skin is a combination of vata and pitta?
So when the skin is a combination of vata and pitta, in some certain seasons the skin will have vata issues. In other seasons, skin will have pitta issues, and also different parts of the body. Your face may be oily, but your arms or legs or hands may be dry. So the dry portion use cream or oil, and in the face, or if your face is very oily or you tend to break out, then the powder is good. But this powder is also good for people. We put deodorants and things like that. It basically is supposed to. This will absorb the sweat, and if it because our skin absorbs everything that goes in our body. So if this powder, which is manjusha, neem, and turmeric, is going in our body, is getting absorbed by the lymph, it's actually cleansing the lymph up. It's actually good if it gets absorbed. And also, some people have rashes in between the legs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And also athlete's foot, fungal infection. Obviously, Ayurveda is not allowed to cure, treat, or diagnose any disease, but this can support any kind of fungal thing.
What about diaper rash?
Yes.
And
Put it up.
what-
If you're doing it on the baby, do not put neem and manjusha, just arrowroot flower and a pinch of turmeric is fine.
So what came after the turmeric? Was that neem?
Yes, yes.
And the green powder was neem.
Yeah,
Green
the
powder
green
is
powder
neem.
is neem, and
And is there any specific brand where you can get all these powders?
Well, we got some from, why don't we show the brands? What all we
Banyan.
We got Banyan, and Brinley, do you want to show your rose powder?
Can you
There
see?
you go. Yeah, let's see. Oh, I didn't quite get it.
Yeah, if you hold something up, you have to hold it for at least 10 seconds.
Yes, there you go. Yogi's gift.
I'm like, do I still hold?
So we're not playing
There you go.
whack-a-mole with the camera.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
love key. Yeah, that's something you found in Indian grocery.
Oh.
This one is
Can you get the whisk,
Banyan.
like the omelette
That
whisk?
you can get online.
And we'll whisk it. Sorry, I should have thought of that before.
we need to add the sandalwood.
Yeah, the thing is, in this thing I said use either rose petal or sandalwood, but
So
I'm
we
going to
use-
add, yes. And
So
then you whisk it.
someone
Can
is
you take
asking,
this
can
now?
you dry roses and make a powder?
Yes, you can. In fact, I've done that right now, but it's a little bit of a pain to make it. I made my own from roses that I got for Mother's Day. I didn't want them
What?
to go away. Yes, the roses that you
Wow,
gave me
that's
for
what you
Mother's
did
Day.
with my gift. I'm so disappointed.
This
Just
is your
kidding.
gift.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
Your
kidding.
gift is in my thing, so it's forever, and I'll put it on my skin, in my sweat.
That he causes.
Ah. All right, now we're gonna whisk it a little bit. You can whisk it.
Do you just rub the powder onto the skin and leave it on?
No, you do it just like, when we use a translucent powder, there's a powder puff. So you can put a little bit like, put the powder puff and then put it. Oh, you got a powder puff. There you go. Are you ready? Did I do some makeup on you?
Yes, ma'am. What is this spray? Just try to mix.
Is it good for eczema or psoriasis?
I have this tint right there.
Is this good for eczema or psoriasis?
Yes, yes, and yes. Here, I'm gonna show how it can be used. I'm putting one in Linda's face. Are you okay with that?
Yes.
Ooh. Pretty.
Very good.
Yes. Rachel, the answer to your question was use a powder puff, like what she's doing. She's using this puff thing.
Like for makeup. And this is your rose powder. I put on that. I can't resist it because I.
If you wear makeup, would you put this
Look,
before
Oh,
the
yeah.
makeup or after the makeup?
Well, use it just like a translucent powder for ladies who do know how to do their own makeup. We usually put foundation, and after foundation, we put some powder. So this can be used. See, now I've also put the rose petal on her. Ooh, one side of your face is amazing. That's it.
Oh, this is so cool.
Should we just give it to her? since we used
Absolutely.
it?
Yeah.
Thank
It's
you.
all yours.
Thank you.
So we'll put it in here.
Thank you.
So these
And for
three
you,
things
you
are
need
using
something
features
so
like-
that you can take it to your mom and say, "Hey, mom."
Yes.
I think
You'll have to label it.
Yeah.
You know what? We should label it. Otherwise, let me trust me. If you don't label things.
what was this?
Money I needed more.
So I think the way we made the dried rose petals is you dried them in the dehydrator so they got very thoroughly dried.
Yeah, that's what I did.
And then you ground them up in the blender.
Yep. Actually, ground them up in the spice grinder, and there was a little bit of cinnamon already left in there, so it smells like cinnamon and rose now.
So there's another question. Could you mix this with the Shuddha ghee for an effective salve?
No, you cannot. Good idea though, but you cannot. I mean, if you want to do it, nobody can stop you. You can do it. There you go. Arjun, give me. I will label it for you. See, mom, or your sister. Just skin powder. Or
So
skin
soft.
support. Yeah.
So finally ground everything.
Yeah. So yeah, like we put all the shatta dhaw tigrita and now. Ooh.
You put this on.
And now it doesn't smell of ghee anymore.
No. That smells
Yeah.
so delicious.
Do you need a label?
Yes, please.
Manjulani, if someone gets a pimple that from like an
Put it on pimples, yes. Especially pimples that tend to
Yeah.
glow and
Okay.
explode.
Yeah,
I
that's
like how you
good.
look
Dr.
at me when you
Popper,
said
what's her
that.
name?
Oh yeah, I love her.
Oh God, she's so good.
So I have another question here. In the ghritam that we made earlier, is there any natural preservative that can be added to make it last in room temperature for longer?
Yes, you can add turmeric and what else can you add? You can add turmeric, just a pinch of turmeric so that bacteria won't. Otherwise, anything that is left, even like I make rose water, or you know, within 24 hours bacteria start acting on it. But if just a pinch of, you can add pinch. That's why they add alcohol, because when you add a pinch of alcohol in anything, then the bacteria won't grow there. But even with turmeric, we don't want to add too much. We just want to add a little bit. So yeah, like a pinch of alcohol would be perfect, but then it is not a natural product, right? So idea is to make small batches, use it up, and just make a new one. Because we really don't want to use all those things. We don't really want to mix alcohol, but turmeric does help.
We are making cosmetics almost like you make food.
Yeah, we are making like food cosmetics, and you have to use them up immediately. Like rose water, or we could actually make some rose water now, but do we have roses left?
I have.
We can make water lily water. No, rose water is made with fresh roses or fresh.
Okay.
I just have Nagakeshara, which is saffron flowers. You know, these are dried saffron flowers. They can be eaten also. They don't really smell like anything. All right. When everybody is done, we take a 5-minute. Everybody's done?
I have another question. Can rosemary oil be used as a preservative in the ghritam?
No. No. I mean, you can add it if you like. There's nobody stopping you, but no. I mean, you can add anything you like. You can, whatever. But yeah. But if you want a preservative, it's like a cream that you buy from a store that lasts 3 months, 6 months, whatever. You have to add, heavy-duty preservatives, which you don't want to do. So all you do is you leave it in the fridge. You use it within 1 month. Like these small amounts, you should be able to use it in a few weeks, and then you just make a new one.
So make small batches.
Always make small batches, or make batches, put them in the fridge, or have a, if you're going to be an herbalist, have a little small fridge just for your stuff. Yeah. Okay, what are we doing next?
Okay, I have 2 people done.
All right, when everybody is done, we are then going to do nasya oil. Having fun yet, or is it too hard?
No, it's not really.
Someone has said that after this recipe, they won't be buying finishing powder anymore.
I know! Finishing powder is such a fake. Why
It's
would you?
expensive.
And it's expensive. Look at her skin.
I don't. Yeah.
Look at my skin.
Okay, that's 5 out of 7 or 8 done.
Okay, we're just waiting for everybody.
You want me to start picking?
Yeah,
up?
let's start cleaning up.
Can you add neem powder in place of turmeric too?
Yes, we can. We already added neem anyway. So one thing is, when you make an Ayurvedic product, if something is not available, just omit it. You don't need it.
What about using neem oil?
No, but you do not add any neem oil. Not in the powder.
So powder, we'll only use powdered things.
Yes.
And the ingredients and amounts for the things we're doing
You wanna
today
save
are all
this?
listed somewhere,
Yes.
right? Is that in
You know what I'm gonna do?
I have another little jar. in my
I'm gonna
fridge
put it like this.
If you want to
So
keep some
the-
of that.
It's okay. I can make mine.
The ingredients list is in
Now you
Canvas.
remember you made this. Yes, it's in that thing. The herbal thing that I shared.
The
And I'll
whole thing that you shared.
Yeah, and I'll share it again. We're gonna take a 5-minute break while we're just waiting for everybody to.
Do you want to keep these?
We'll use it just now. We'll make the salad. Can we remove the bacopa? So now we are doing sesame oil. Who has the eucalyptus oil? This is the easiest
I
one.
have here.
So there is one question. Can you use neem powder or neem oil in the Shapadhalka Vritam?
Yes, you can use neem oil, but not neem powder.
And the thing we're doing next is the nasya.
Nasya oil. I need to be able to measure 2 ounces. So how do I get 2 ounces? I had a thing to
Alexa,
measure.
Alexa, how many ounces are in a teaspoon?
1 teaspoon is about 0.173 ounces.
Okay,
Oh, that's
Oh.
good luck
That's
with
gonna
that.
take you forever.
This high.
Maybe just get a
Practitioner. We need one of those ounce shot things.
I can't remember if my thing is 1 ounce or 2 ounce.
I think
I
I want
think
to say
it's
mine is 2 ounce.
No, I actually had all these things laid out, and when I put them, I would forget where they are, and I forgot where they are. You know how you put something away so you would remember it?
Alexa, how many teaspoons are in an ounce?
How many milliliters are in an ounce?
6 teaspoons.
Wait,
I want to say
Alexa.
this is 2 ounces.
how many teaspoons are in an ounce?
1 fluid ounce is 6 teaspoons.
You see 6
How about- so this is 30 mLs. And so, let's see. How many milliliters in an ounce?
29.57 milliliters.
Okay, so this is essentially 1 ounce.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we have 2 of these.
Oh, this is 1 ounce.
Yes.
I want to
Okay.
say this is 2 ounces.
So instead of ounces, then I will change it to 2 parts.
Is it food ounces or fluid ounces?
2
God,
fluid
the
ounces.
imperial system is so bad.
This one got the same one. How much is it?
Yeah, because that looks, because I think that's how they did. They did 1 ounce and they did 2 ounce ones.
Alright, let me see. I'll tell you.
So
when-
if you look at the ingredients, you can, in my ingredients you have 2 parts sesame oil. It can be 2 teaspoons, it can be 2 tablespoons, it could be 2 ounces, and 2 parts coconut oil or 2 parts coconut oil. I do not like to use because in the winter it gets all clogged up. I personally like to use sunflower oil, so we've got sunflower oil. Plus, I am making this for Atul, who has had some issues, vata and pitta issues. So sesame is good for vata, sunflower is good for pitta. Having said that, all oils are good for vata because of the quality of the sliminess and unctuousness and snigdha.
Yeah, this is 2 ounces. This is 2 ounces.
This is 2 ounces. This is better, so we'll make it in this one. Mine is too small. And we need the little funnel.
That's okay. Where'd you get these?
With my little thing.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. That was almost the selling point.
Oh man, that's so cool. I don't know. I have.
Yeah, now I need a way to measure. Okay, you know what I'll do? I will use my little thingies here. There you go. So you need 2 parts parts of sesame oil and 2 parts of either coconut oil if you or sunflower oil. I like to use sunflower oil, but you could also use 2 parts of sesame oil and 2 parts of ghee. So one of the best nasya is simple plain. That shatadhauta gita can be used for nasya too. So you basically stick a Q-tip in the shatadhauta gita. Make sure there is no essential oil in it when you're doing it, just the ghee part. And if you've had nosebleed or you've had some kind of very dry nose or nasal allergies, then you just rub the Q-tip and that's good enough. But that's not real nasya. Nasya is you actually put the oils in there. So we are going to
So your answer to the question, can I make nasya with ghee, would be yes?
Yes, you can. But you're still mixing it either with sunflower oil or sesame oil. It's not by itself.
So ghee mixed with sunflower or sesame oil.
So you're basically using equal amount of sesame oil and ghee, or equal amount of sesame oil or coconut oil, or equal amount, in this case I'm using sunflower oil, and I'm using this as a measurement. I'm going to use equal amount of sunflower oil and sesame oil.
I have some more.
Alright, here you go, my dear.
Thank you.
Pour it in.
Yeah, there's, I have sunflower oil up there, you see it?
So go ahead, pour. You want some
Yes,
sunflower?
please.
I have more.
Well, here's the sesame oil.
Yeah, I'll just use the sesame.
You can use massive sesame oil.
That was a big one.
I think that would be easier to handle. Let's get hers.
Yeah.
Mine
Oh,
are like
yes.
big ones. Yeah, they'll always spill. So you focusing on her?
Yep.
Wow, I love these little tiny funnels.
What oil would be preferred for kapha?
For kapha, sunflower oil and mustard oil. No ghee.
Mustard oil for nasya?
Yeah.
That's going to be rather strong, isn't it?
Yeah, but the kapha, have you seen what happens with them? But the amount of mustard oil you will put in with the sunflower oil will be very less.
Right.
We are doing there are many recipes for nasya oil. We are just doing one. This is not the be all and the end all. This is just one. I am making it specifically for Atul Prabhu, who has some vata pitta allergy going on. There's some seasonal allergy. Is it oak allergy, Prabhuji? Whatever it is. So for him, I'm using sesame and I'm going to use this. And so I'm making specifically for one person. So you used half. That's good enough. Here, use this. It's easier. So just do half. Alright.
You want the funnel?
So when you have done 1 part sesame oil and 1 part coconut oil, or 1 part sesame oil or 1 part ghee, or 1 part sesame oil or 1 part sunflower oil, it could be 2 ounces and 2 ounces, 1 ounces and 1 ounces, 2 teaspoons and 2 teaspoons, 1 teaspoon, 1. So the ratio is basically 1:1, exactly the same amount. Are you done?
Yes.
So now you can sesame.
I also have coconut oil and almond oil.
You used half, so you will use half.
Okay, so I use sesame
Well,
oil.
I already did.
You need the sunflower?
I've got both. I'm
Good
good to
job.
go. Yeah. Arden was taking care of me. He
Oh,
was-
I need to make for Atul also. So can I borrow your?
Yeah, funnel?
And I used two
When you
big
use something, you always want to put the lid on because you're all good for this. You want to give me the sesame, somebody? That's it. That's half and half exactly. Sorry. Okay, done. Now we can take these off. So just now you can put a couple of drops of eucalyptus oil or lavender. As if you're a vata and you vata kind of allergies, put like a citrusy oil. Like you could put orange or lemon. I'm going to use lemongrass. Oh, this is eucalyptus.
Yeah, I think eucalyptus.
And I'm going to use holy basil because holy basil is good for pranava, shrotas and respiratory issues. So,
Is it okay if your essential oil is not organic?
yeah, that's fine.
And how many drops?
Maybe this was about 10 to 12 drops. Here.
Which one should I?
You want love? What is
Yeah,
it?
What are your
Who are you making it for?
holy basil?
I have allergies every morning.
Yeah, you want to use that. This.
I usually could.
You have. You have eucalyptus?
No, I'm just gonna. Oh, that's holy basil?
This is holy basil.
Okay.
Come on, come on. That's it.
Holy shai.
Eucalyptus.
Do you recommend any particular brands of essential oils?
There are many good companies. Make sure it's a high grade. You know,
You can usually find some good brands at Whole Foods.
doTERRA, yeah, Whole Foods is really good
Sprouts.
brands.
Natural brochure probably.
Natural brochures, yes.
I got this Guardian Life one.
Yeah, yeah.
It's organic.
Also, the basil oil, Maharishi Ayurveda also sells basil oil. But they kind of sell their own mix. It's already pre-mixed. That is it. Your nasi oil is done. Let's label it. Alright, I need a pair of scissors now, sorry.
Can we some over here?
You want scissors?
I mean, nice.
So I can label it.
I like those little stickers. Then you
I like them.
There you go. You can show it. Yeah, you can use the scissors.
Yeah.
I'm like, am I juicy again?
The scissors? Yeah. Oh no.
Okay.
I think there is one in my kitchen.
You
Yeah.
get
Oh,
okay?
Yeah, thank you.
so this is your. This is it done? Did it come out?
Did you already do it?
Oh, this was whose?
This is mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is
I need a
yours.
very
This is-
small sample. I don't know. Just because.
If I was cooking with you, I would be saying, do this, do that, do this. What are you doing?
Haha, no,
Yes.
That's
Typical.
my experience. I'm his assistant. I'm a good kitchen assistant.
That's your nastia. Let's have yours.
I think I like the 1 ounce bottles better. These are too big.
Well, I have plenty if you would like to.
That's just. Here you go. Our nasi oil is done, and now we can show how it is used. So, can you show? You take a little bit in the dropper. And then you put in your nose like a drop. Just one. That's it, done.
Do I do it on my other nostril?
Yeah, wait, and then do the other.
Oh, it's just so good.
Yeah. And please note, you cannot share because it's touching your nasal passages. Now it's hers and that's it. She cannot share it with anybody. I'm making it for Atul, so it's going to be his own day.
Smells so delicious too.
And what did you had holy basil and eucalyptus?
That's it?
Nice.
What did you put in?
Lavender.
Okay. Do you want to put some holy basil too?
I think I would.
Because holy basil is so good, and put eucalyptus also. There you go.
So you said internally that the lavender is for vata?
lavender is cooling, Sumita. Lavender is from the mint family.
Okay.
You could replace this for coffee.
Let's take a 5-minute break. Ooh, you've been at it. You want to put your oil away?
So you're gonna sound off for the break?
Yeah.
Okay.
5-minute break. How much is left? hibiscus is there.
So we have
Because
some
even if you make
questions
it now,
queued up.
it's not going to be ready now because this takes about a week to be done.
There are
And this
some
is one of
questions
the
queued up.
practitioner ones, right?
Yeah, but I am not showing you the practitioner ones.
Oh.
When we make hair oil again,
I have.
we'll actually cook it, my dear.
Oh, okay.
This is like the easier version.
There are a couple of questions queued up. Let me tell you them.
Is this okay, Margaret? Okay, what else do we need?
You need Bringaraj, Brahmi, you need tea. Your Brahmi is here, by the way.
Okay. This
Yeah. And then hibiscus, and you can use my fenugreek seeds.
You need Brahmi?
I have Brahmi.
Oh.
I mean, she
Okay.
her Brahmi is there. That's hers. You should label it. Everything gets labeled.
So, is the sound on now?
Yep, it's on.
I can
So-
answer questions now.
All right, so, is there a source for Ayurveda herbal recipes for specific issues like you were discussing?
When we do Ayurvedic herbology, AC 108, for those you've already done it, we have given you some. Otherwise, making Ayurvedic stuff is not in the scope of Ayurveda counselor. It is not, Nama doesn't advocate it. I mean, we're just kind of demonstrating it, but she is going to be doing it.
And next question.
And making soaps, because she's a practitioner student.
Next question. How would you store this oil, and this is referring of course to the Nasya oil, and for how long?
It can be stored for about 6 months, and you can store it at room temperature.
You are using a 2 fluid ounce bottle,
Yes.
and is holy basil Krishna Tulsi?
No, you can use, so different essential oils can be used. If you're a Vata person, you have Vata kind of allergies, then some lemongrass or some citrus oil can be added.
Okay, but the question is holy basil the same as Krishna Tulsi?
Yes, Krishna Tulsi is holy basil.
Right.
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
And I use sesame oil, melted ghee, and lavender oil. Do I need to heat it up before use? So that
No, you don't want to put hot things in the nose. No.
Well, but if you are using
Yeah, so you can heat it up and then let it cool down,
Yeah.
so it's liquid. Yes, but you should not be putting anything hot or warm in and around your nose like that.
Can you combine lavender and eucalyptus oil for Nasya?
Yes. If you are a Pitta Kapha person and the allergy itself is Pitta Kapha, now how do you decide whether it's Pitta Kapha? You have to go to your Ayurveda practitioner. Your Ayurveda practitioner is going to tell you. This is like a self-community service thing. But yeah, there are 3 kind of allergies. There's Vata kind of allergies, Pitta kind of allergies, Kapha kind of allergies. So a Vata allergy can also have runny nose, but it has all the gunas and qualities of Vata. It's mobile and nose feels dry even though it's coming out. The eyes are watering and so on. With Pitta there's inflammation. With Kapha it's just a lot of phlegm and congestion and so on. So depending on what kind of like allergy a person has, that can be used. But of course in Ayurveda you have to take herbs that are internal as well as do neti. So you have to actually clean your nose with a neti pot and only then use a nasya oil after that.
That's the end of the questions.
So is everybody ready? We're going to make Bringaraj hair oil. But remember, you're not going to be able to complete it today. You'll only be able to do step 1. It will be ready in about 1 week. So I already made it 1 week ago. So, I will show you. Mine is already done. I'm doing like a easier version for the counselors, but actually we do cook it. And the cooking part I'm going to show to my practitioner student afterwards. But the one that is for counselor students I'm showing right now. Very easy. So you start off by first you need to get a little container.
Are you
You want to get your container?
you want
Get a bigger container. Get one from my room.
You want back?
Like big, this big. From the office. Do you have like a container?
No, I'm also a veg.
So get another one. Just get one for all of you. One for you, one for Brindley, and one for me also.
You want a sweet
Actually,
potato?
I don't even want it. I just use this. 4.
Huh?
So you need the ingredients. If you have it, great. If anything is missing, that's fine. You need Bhringraj. Bhringraj is a very cooling herb. It is great for pitta. It is great for liver. It is good for hair, and it has the side effect. The side effect is it helps you sleep. So I'll tell you a story while we are waiting for ingredients. I was once in San Diego, and I had this client, and she had twins, and it had been 45 days since she had twins, and she hadn't slept for 45 days. So she's like, I want you to do something that will help me sleep. So I used Shirodhara oil on her, and she was snoring on the table. So I had to wear like double mask so I wouldn't smell it. And then I had a very kapha, just like me, a very kapha assistant who inhaled some of the Bhringraj oil and Bhringraj powder, and she went home and slept for 12 hours. And she called me the next day and said, I slept for 12 hours. What was that? That was Bhringraj. Bhringraj is given for hair fall. Bhringraj is given for supporting liver. Bhringraj is given for calming the mind. And Bhringraj also clears, phlegm and dries phlegm. Very good for lungs. So it's quite a super herb. But if I have a pitta person who has hair fall and liver issues, just give them Bhringraj. So we're going to do Bhringraj oil. It is also good for nice, beautiful hair as well. So we are going to start off by. So you're going to put 1 teaspoon. Where is your teaspoon? The little teaspoon. No, not yours. Please. No.
Cool.
It's in the kitchen.
It's in the. All right. We're going to put.
It smells delicious.
Yeah. Double the amount. Just put 1 teaspoon sample. For her, I'm making double the amount. So if you want to make, this is 1. If you want to make double the amount, you keep on increasing. So.
Majorly for a woman that is going through.
How much are we putting?
For 1 to
1
2.
teaspoon. Fill it up. That's not 1 teaspoon. Okay. Fill it up. Okay. That's not 1 teaspoon. That is 1
That's
teaspoon.
it. There you go.
There you go. So 1 teaspoon fenugreek seeds. Right? If you do not have fenugreek seeds, then you use half a teaspoon of fenugreek powder. But because these are seed, and seeds turn into powder, so you're using 1 teaspoon of fenugreek seeds. Do you have any hibiscus?
No, I have rose petals.
Rose petals will not do. So then we need, these are just hibiscus from my, I have more hibiscus. Hibiscus from us, so we have 3 people, so I'm going to give you 2 each. How much are you making a small amount? 2. You could put half a teaspoon of hibiscus powder. Hibiscus is good for the hair, it's very cooling.
We use it a lot. Too.
You use it a lot? Oh yeah, you can find hibiscus.
In Mexicans
Yeah.
markets.
It's available. Fiesta has it.
Fiesta
right?
has it.
Yes.
And you kind of broke it up? Is that?
Yeah, no, you don't need to. Just bunk it in. Just put it in like this. Just chew it.
Like that.
Now you're going to take 1
Yep.
1 tablespoon. Are we doing tablespoon? Okay, we need a tablespoon for this. No, but we don't have 2 ounces of sesame oil for this.
I have sesame oil.
Okay. I'm going to use that one. So we are making with only 1 ounce of sesame oil, not 2 ounces. If you're making with 2 ounces of sesame oil, you need 1 tablespoon of Brahmi or 1 tablespoon of Bringraj. Just use one of them, either Bringraj or Brahmi.
Do you want to measure it? Is this thing size?
So first we're going to take, I am taking 1.5 teaspoons of Bringraj because we are making a smaller sample amount. Give me this. And you're going to put the 1.5 teaspoons of Bringraj in that sample. Here you go. Done? 1.5. So heap it up. So if you were using 2 ounces of sesame oil, then it will be 1 tablespoon. But we are using a smaller amount, so that's why we're doing smaller.
Is the lid okay?
The lid is here. Oh, sorry. So we have put hibiscus, we have put fenugreek, we have put Bringraj. You don't need to put Brahmi, but if you do have Brahmi and also Bringraj, you can also put Brahmi in there. Brahmi is also great for hair fall. Yuki, if you're watching, this is for you. This is already 1 teaspoon.
So there's a question here. Is Bringraj okay for Vata people for application on hair?
Yes, Bringraj is okay. Because here the base oil that we are using is sesame. That's why it's okay. If you were using coconut oil, then it would not have been okay. But because we are using sesame oil, it is okay. So if you put it here, so she'll get, yeah. 1 teaspoon of Brahmi.
Did you already put some other stuff?
I put the.
If you could put this.
Oh, if you put Bacopa, you don't, it's the same
No.
thing.
What is
Brahmi is Bacopa.
Brahmi and Bacopa are the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. This is what.
Did you put Bringraj already? Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you have the oil? Now you're going to put this oil, put the oil in. Dip it in so it's nicely dipped in.
How would
Stick it
you?
in.
How would you put this in the milk at night before you go to bed?
Watch me, done.
Okay, so there's a question. From where do we have to access the composition and ingredients according to the doshas to prepare these the next time we want to?
They have access to a slideshow. If they don't, I'll again share it with them. But you, as an Ayurveda counselor, are not allowed to prepare this for your clients. Only Ayurveda practitioner can. We are just teaching it for information purposes for yourself. But you cannot make it for your clients unless there's a lot of, yeah.
Another question. Is sesame oil as a base okay for summertime for a Vata Pitta Prakriti?
Well, you should know that if you have used sesame oil before. Like, this is like a very blanket question. Is this good for Vata? Every human being, do you have 25% Vata and 75% Pitta? Do you have 45% Vata and 65% Pitta? So unless I know that exactly, I cannot say. That's why you need to go to an Ayurveda practitioner and get a consultation. But generally, all oils are good for Vata.
So here's a question about application. Would it be too much if the entire hair is soaked with this oil? Or is it better just to focus on the scalp?
No, the hair growth happens on the scalp and not the hair. So you put this on the scalp. Now you leave it like this for 1 week.
But if you
Mix
have
it in-
thick hair, you might have to put a lot to get it to the scalp. Like if it's on your hair.
Do you want me to give you an
Yes.
example? Yes, usually.
Actually, I was about to ask you because I'm getting a little hair loss right here.
You do it. We'll do it.
So,
All right.
so use this one.
This is yours. Label it, take it home. After 1 week, you will filter this.
Okay.
That's it, done.
Okay.
So after 1 week, so I had made this 1 week before. I had put 2 teaspoons Bhringraj, 4 dried hibiscus flower, 1 teaspoon fenugreek, an ounce of sesame oil. Here it is. I'll just take this off. So it has been in soaking for 1 week. So now it is ready. Now I'm going to take a little bowl. Actually, let me make it in this.
So someone's asking, you don't have to soak? Yes, you do have to soak. You just answered that question.
You have to soak for 1 week.
1 week, yes.
This is something I had soaked 1 week before.
Mm-hmm. And now you're
The
showing the
cheesecloth.
filtration, yes.
So after 1 week, you can filter this.
You want to spoon that alone?
Oh, you don't have to cook this oil.
No, 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 no.
No, no cooking, only soaking. I know there are some of the oils that Dr. Heber goes through.
No, Sundar, that is for practitioner students.
Yes.
We're not going to show that here.
This one is only, we are putting the herbs and soaking it.
Oh, we are just doing step 1 of real thing.
Right.
The step 2 we are not showing.
Very simplified,
Step
yes.
2 I'll show you after this. Yeah. Alright, so
Oh, wow.
I'm going to close that door.
Bhringraj, Brahmi, fenugreek, you can even put curry patta in it.
That's a lot that came out of that.
So yes, now you can put it in night, see?
And you do it every night?
Every day.
Every day.
Obviously your hair's gonna smell funky.
Yeah, it's okay.
If you're gonna go to a party or start socializing, don't wear it in your hair.
And you just rinse it out.
That's it. Your Bhringraj oil is down.
There you go. Can you hold it? Go.
1 week. When I had posted on the, that's when
There
I
you go.
prepared this. Actually, while I was teaching the class and talking to you,
Got
was preparing. Now we will show application. Ready? All right. Is it okay if I just...
Yeah, it's okay. You can do whatever you want to.
So, she's going to smell of Ayurveda. I think your husband's used to it now.
Yeah.
Also, I get these pitta-type headaches, and Bhringraj oil and internally taking Bhringraj helps me get rid of them. So it's good for certain pitta kind of headaches as well. See, Bhringraj is cooling, Brahmi is cooling,
I can
hibiscus
feel-
is cooling,
I can
but
feel
sesame
it.
is vata.
So when would you favor Bhringraj is from
Why would I do favor?
when just
Also good for if somebody has insomnia, somebody here has insomnia, if they have, if you may know anybody. Is anybody listening? This is good for insomnia, except they will smell like Bhringraj and Brahmi all night.
What about someone that wakes up with anxiety in the middle of the night?
Oh,
and
this is
that-
good for...
So do that
Have
before
tulsi
bed?
tea at night. Have tulsi tea at night. How are we doing?
I'm relaxed. It's so cooling.
I think what is left now? Only the.
Salve.
Oh god, that's the hard one. I'll let you guys make it and I'll just
Watch.
watch. Let Brinley come in, she's all ready to go. I actually need to, because we're gonna need 8 ounces of, 1 ounce of beeswax and 8 ounces of oil. So I need a way to measure that. I actually have a measuring thing and I took it out and I may have put it somewhere here, God knows where.
The 1 teaspoon there.
No. I had a thing for like a measuring cup for measuring
Oh,
ounces.
Yeah.
And one of those Pyrex glasses. I don't know where I put it. I put it so that I would find it and now nobody can find it.
Oh, this has been a long-term problem.
No, it happens with me. I put something away and then you can't find it.
8 ounce liquid.
Yeah, there's a quarter cup. Quarter cup is 2 ounce. Is that right? No, quarter cup.
We need 8.
4 ounce.
If you're using for salve, like this can be turned into a salve also, except you cannot put it in your hair. So this can be turned into a salve too. Just add 2 teaspoons of beeswax, heat it up, done.
Oh.
But then good for headaches. But how are you going to put a salve on the hair? You can't.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is 4 ounces.
Oh, perfect. And how do I know 1 ounce?
1/4 of it.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
You'll have to eyeball that.
I'll eyeball that.
Or 2 tablespoons is 1 ounce. You want tablespoon measure?
No, I want just because we are doing liquid. We need the. Just waiting for everybody to say they're done.
Push, can you see the chat?
Yeah. There are a couple questions.
Tell me.
One question is, put this oil into dry scalp?
Yes. So we don't like go like this. We put it in our hands and we kind of make claws. We put our claws in there and then you rub it in the scalp.
And then there's one more. Why some Brahmi says Gotukola? Same as Brahmi Bakopa?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's a good question for AC 108 herbology. So I'm going to let Arjun answer this one. What is Brahmi and Gotukala? What is the difference? He just got his certificate today, by the way.
Congratulations.
Oh, congratulations.
Brahmi is Vata Pancifying.
Brahmi and Gotukula and Bakopa, they're all same family. In fact, they're so similar, they're like twin sisters. So they can be interchangeably used.
There's another question. When it's so cooling, does it increase kapha?
Because we're using sesame oil and sesame oil is heating. So if someone has Vata Kapha issue, it can be used. But if someone has pure kapha, then you don't want to use it because sesame will increase kapha. So ideally for kaphas, we do not use oils for kaphas. Kapha issue, oils generally have a tendency to increase kapha. Internally or externally, we avoid oils for kapha. Like I said, I am kapha and I use it, but I get a pitta headache, like it's a throbbing pitta headache, and bhringaraj and coconut and those things help it, within minutes. You want to come here too?
I absolutely do.
Okay, let it go. We'll just take a 5-minute break and then we'll do our last salve. So get your salve ingredients ready. I will quickly, if you have them, this is not for counselor students, this is only for practitioner.
We only have one done in the chat so far.
Yeah, I'll keep on doing them. Alright. You want to smell the oil? It's still powerful. Yeah, smell it.
There's another question. How long do you leave the oil on?
You can leave the oil on for about 20-30 minutes. The longer you leave it on, the better it is. It might make you feel sleepy, so do not go for. So I'm not going to put too much, just a little bit.
If you lie down, it might stain your pillow.
Yes,
Yeah.
do not lie down on a pillow. It will totally stain it. And then you have to wash the pillow like 4 times. A lot of laundry detergent.
Can you wear a hair cap and
Yeah,
wear it
that's
overnight?
perfect. Hair cap is good. When I get my headaches, I put the oil at night, and I just don't take it off till the next day. And I also get a really good sleep.
Oh yeah, and there's questions about how do you wash it out when you're done with it?
Shampoo? Like a shampoo that is very drying, like a tea tree oil shampoo. I just a little different from Zoom class, right?
Oh yeah, so much nicer.
Have you had a Indian head massage?
I've never had one.
I would massage or something that mommy would say, stay away. I would not.
Arjun, are you still at UT?
No, I'm finished.
You're finished there as well? Well, you're finishing all the things.
No, he finished UT, then he started with us. Now he's starting medical school.
Oh, that's right.
I've
do
been
remember
teasing
that.
him about it since morning.
Where are you going?
UTME Galveston?
In Galveston?
Yeah.
Nice.
There's another question. There's a two. Is this for overall thinning or a bald spot? And
Yes.
for bald spot, do you or which one? Thinning or bald spot?
Both.
And for a bald spot, do you still put it all over there?
No, you put it on the scalp, just on the bald spot.
I see.
But obviously, if it is due to some nutritional deficiency or some other disease which is causing it, then this is not going to help much. But if it's just a general like falling of hair because of hormones or falling of hair because of just generally, then it helps.
Your hair is so long.
Beautiful hair.
Oh, you got the neck massage.
Later we do the Panchakarma.
Oh,
We're going
I'm
to do 5-day
excited.
Panchakarmas. He's agreed to be your
you're
camera
gonna
person.
be
Remember.
the camera. You know, my son is a sound engineer.
Ooh.
Yeah. He just
He's
You have a
graduated.
son that's a sound engineer.
Yeah,
The
he's
two of you look so young.
yeah. Well, he just graduated this spring. Yeah.
I hope you kids recognize you when you get home. And this is like live streaming, which is the best part, Brendan. Live TV.
I became a Texan with my hair very large while I was at your home.
Many people may not be aware how popular and important hair oil is in India.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you know what? Another thing, if someone has issues with short-term memory loss and cloudy mind, this oil is good for kind of opening up this chakra right here.
So just do the.
Yeah. Brahmarundra chakra.
And then in the clockwise
Doing good.
Yeah.
for opening.
Good job.
Yeah.
So I'll just quickly do a marma.
I need to practice that.
I'm available. You're moving closer to me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my mother-in-law gave me a massage table so I could practice.
Because you're a
Alright.
nurse, yes?
Hmm?
Are you a nurse?
No,
No.
that's the
That's the other Debbie.
Yeah.
She's Linda.
I'm
Deb
Linda.
didn't come
I
today.
knew that.
Deb didn't come today.
Hi.
Something came up. So yeah, you're gonna to take it home.
And
If
leave
you don't
it
have,
alone.
I just wanted to show you, if you do not have a cheesecloth, you can also use a coffee filter. No
Oh,
problem.
Okay, okay.
I just like a cheesecloth because you can squeeze it and everything comes out. I'm sure there's more stuff coming out. Yeah. All right. Are we ready for the beeswax salve? Oh, I'm gonna go wash my hands.
We'll put labels on here.
So you want to take your stuff and make sure it's hidden.
And you guys want to put a label?
Yeah.
And this is the last one.
And she was cutting smaller.
Yeah, you have the scissors.
Would you not have the scissors?
And there it is.
They were probably there, but I was looking.
Shall we clean this up?
Yeah, we're okay. Here's the scissors.
Five-minute break and then we'll just do our last thing.
Do we need this for the?
Yeah.
Can I have this?
Yeah, take it. No problem.
What was in this?
I don't think I can.
Oh, it's
Oh, it's your, is it my thing?
Do you want to take a break? You already know.
This is the last one, so we're done after
Yep.
this.
And do you also want to let people know if they want any snacks? We have jackfruit, sweet potatoes, plantain. There's a lot of all grain-free stuff today because we're observing the Ekadashi.
Oh yeah, this is mine. I just gotta put the label on. I have.
Now we need to measure my essential oil rose.
How did you make that?
How did I make that? I just took rose petals and put in sweet olive oil.
Oh, okay.
And then you have
All the oil.
and then you have the beeswax pellets. This is yours. Whose arrowroot is this? That's yours.
That's mine.
Yeah, so basically we're just using, and we're gonna use turmeric neem addition.
I have my dish towel ready. And just a powder. And what was, there's one more. Beeswax.
I'll just put this here. Turmeric neem just all half a teaspoon. And a couple of katoris.
I should have brought the whole house. I didn't think of it.
No, I'm just, I put everything next to each other so I wouldn't forget everything as soon as it came and opened nothing.
Yeah.
Done.
There's a question.
No, this.
There's a question.
Are these are
Yeah, that's a good one. Sorry. I assume you know it. Yes, what is the
I
question?
was just seeing if that was like
The question is, are the flower petals dried or fresh from the garden?
They are fresh flower petals, so when So obviously, if you're, for the practitioner students and counselor students who already had who are doing it today, the virtual lab, I had asked you to soak your flower petals in almond oil. So can you show, Brindley, you want to come here and make you do this?
Sure.
Alright, what all do you have?
Okay, so I have chamomile, hydrangea, and limonello.
Lemonello. Okay. So we can make a couple of salves. So I have roses, and this is all sweet almond oil?
Yes.
Perfect. So you have to let it, this has been sitting for 3 weeks, and I think yours is at least sitting for 2 weeks, right?
2 weeks. Yeah, whatever day you told us.
Yeah,
to
that
do
was
it.
about 2 weeks ago. So we need to have 8 ounces of oil, and if you do not have 8 ounces, use 4 ounces. That's fine. So let me get a little.
I have used. Did you use the almond oil to soak the herbs?
Yeah, I did.
And so you have how many?
So 3, and when she gave us, roses and whatnot, I was purchasing them right before Mother's Day, and so the roses were too expensive. And so I was like, oh, fine, we have other things.
So you need to measure. Do you have the measuring thing that Atul
Yeah.
made? How much is it?
He says this is 4 ounces.
All right. So first you will make yours. So
Okay.
she's making hers. So you will take which?
I'll do chamomile.
You just want to do chamomile? Okay.
I mean, unless you think that one other is better.
You have to fill a little bit of chamomile in this. 4 ounces of oil.
So do I include the oil?
Just
or
the oil.
Just the oil.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
Oh, sorry.
And now get another flower.
Hydrangea.
That's it. Let's put this in here. That doesn't, it's 1/4 cup. That's 1 ounce. That's not,
Oh, he said 4 ounces in each of these.
so this is 1 ounce.
That's-
Alexa, how many ounces in 1/4 cup?
That looks like 1 ounce. It doesn't look like 4 ounces.
This is not 4 ounces. This
It's
is
1
1 ounce. So you've just put 1 ounce. We need, yes, this is 1 ounce.
Yeah.
Put the whole thing in.
And we'll come back to these.
Come back to those. Do you have any? Did you soak any?
No,
flour?
it's okay.
Okay, doesn't matter. You can use a little bit of mine also.
Okay.
So this is roses, fresh roses. You can smell it. Smells of roses.
And then do.
That's the last one, 4th, right?
Yeah, so
One,
that
two,
was,
three.
we did 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
right?
this is the 4th one. And this is another one. Right?
This is the
Chamomile.
chamomile
Yeah,
again.
okay. So 4
Oh,
ounces.
this is 16.
And now we need half an ounce of beeswax petals. So if you had sweet almond oil, you're taking either, you can take 8 ounces of oil and 1 ounce of beeswax pellets, or you can take 4 ounces of oil and half an ounce of beeswax pellet. So what Brindley has done here is, this is 4 ounces, and she's going to put, first we have to do this.
I have more paper also.
Oh, there's some questions. How much rose for 8 ounces?
It is in the recipe that I have provided.
Okay.
You put as much, look at how much, I filled the whole thing with roses, and you just cover the whole thing with oil. As much oil needed to cover the whole thing. But yeah, the recipe is there with somebody open this.
Oh, everyone's oily.
Yeah. So now you're going to take half an ounce. This is 1 ounce. This is half an ounce.
There's another question. If the rose petals are dry in a glass container, can they be used?
The rose petals are dry in the glass.
This is another question.
As opposed to using fresh?
Not clear.
I think you told us to get fresh flowers.
No, it's always fresh.
Always fresh.
We'll do the questions later. Can you show this?
Okay.
Do you want to just remove this chair? That might
Well,
help.
can you hold it up longer?
And now we're going to put it in a double boiler so this beeswax melts. And now while that is melting, this oil that we had, we're going to put half a pinch of turmeric, half a teaspoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon of manjushta, and half a teaspoon of neem. It is totally optional, you don't have to. So we're going to put it in this oil. Cover it, shake, shake, shake. See it's changing color. There is a little bit and just still left in there. Alright. Now that is almost melted. You see what's happening? Linda, you want to see what's happening? It's melting.
So she put water in the pot and then she put the.
Yeah, can we, yeah, you can open it and then maybe they can see it. It's,
No, can't see it from. Now you can kind of see it.
So there's water in the pot and then she put the dish with the beeswax
can
in
see
there
it,
so
so
it
that-
can melt.
Yeah, if you do it directly, it'll burn.
How about there?
Well,
here, I'll
if
bring
the
it, I'll
thing
bring
just
it to
moves.
this. Here.
What power level do you want it on?
Yeah.
Come
There
on.
you go. Yeah, there you go. Now I
So
can
you see the beeswax is melting? So you have to keep on,
Nothing on there.
it keeps on melting till it's 100% melted. Now we also have to heat up the oil. Careful, hot coming up, hot stuff, hot stuff. There we go. Just melt the rest of the oil on there. Now it'll melt.
Do you want me to turn it back on or?
No, it's melted. So yeah, it's almost done. Now I'm just going to heat up. Now if I try to put the beeswax directly in our oil, the beeswax will immediately on contact because that's hot and this is cold. It will solidify. We do not want it to solidify immediately. So we need to heat up this oil.
Here.
It's the Asian mom method. Just touch everything with your hands.
Yeah, Asian mom method. That's true. I'm giving
I did this before. Now I'm reminding I should have heated that up. Because
Oh,
every
because
time I was
it's
doing it,
really
it was
cold.
solidifying. It wasn't like, that wasn't cold for like, I thought.
Oh, you put it directly and it solidified?
Yeah, so
Then
like,
you
I had to do
reheat it.
some, yeah, reheating. Yeah.
So now, I'm taking another, actually, let me see if I can take this one. I'm taking this and putting our oil in here. In the meanwhile, if you guys could open maybe 4 or 5 of these salves and put them here. So we have put the oil in the hot water so it becomes hot.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Because I'm too impatient.
I like your double boiler method. It's so clever.
Oh yeah.
I'm not, whenever I don't have my double boiler ready, I'm like, oh, guess I just can't do anything.
Yeah, you just have to be careful. Yeah. See, it's already solidified.
Mhm.
Where are you putting next to the, or like just next to the thingy?
No, it doesn't. See, I can touch it.
It's, yeah.
It's a touch.
Beeswax is it's tricky.
Yeah, this one is tricky.
You
It
have
is
to be
already
fast.
solid because it's
Yeah.
beeswax. It solidifies
It's
super
not
You have
fast.
to be fast.
All right, if you were in your kitchen, you'd probably have two.
Yeah,
burners
I'd have
going.
two burners. Right. This is tricky. Yeah, now both of them are nice and melted. Yes, done.
And again, you used your finger.
Yeah, that's my.
Let's see how hot the hot oil is.
Well, I make rotis, right? Rotis, you know, you've seen rotis, right? Rotis are made in, yes. Yeah, okay.
Fingers don't get UV heat. My
Yeah, that's a
mom-
good idea. Alright, done. Now I've poured this mixture in the beeswax.
You want a spoon, Marjorie?
Be careful to put the hot container in the plastic, it might melt.
Done. It's already beginning to melt, so before it melts, I'm quickly going to add essential oil before it starts melting. Lavender. Come on. Come on. Where's the lavender?
She's got one in there.
See, it's already beginning to melt. And lemongrass. And rose.
Clove.
Rose.
Oh, rose.
And now I have to start pouring it. Ooh.
How about if we just dip it?
No. Alright, that's what I'm going to do. How about this?
Oh, that's too long.
Yeah. Easier to pour through.
You'll have to lift it up someday. Done.
You want a line of us?
Then you can put it there.
Oh.
I'll figure it out.
Like a bartender for herbs.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
We need more of these.
You want more?
These is Christmas gifts, you guys.
Yeah. And so what will we use the salve for?
Oh, this is a great salve for these. So first of all, we used almond oil, which is got vitamin E, so it's very good for the skin. All kind of skin issues. At least 3 more we can do. Linda, you're on a roll.
I'm telling you, I'm a civil assistant.
I think that's it.
There's one more right there. if you want it.
Alright. That's it. It's done. It will solidify. And
And
one
you
of
can actually see it already.
it is already solidified.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we can take some home. You can take some home. I'll keep one. Since we are doing nothing, I'll make another salve.
Oh, do you
Yeah.
want more of this?
I know, I just
enough.
make it
She's
in.
gonna make it with the rose. Yeah, let me get you some more beeswax.
There's also questions to answer.
Yeah, go ahead.
What should I some here?
Would you share what other flowers you can use?
You could use a lot of flowers have, so rose flower, calendula, lavender, hibiscus, all of them have, all of them are good for skin. Hibiscus and rose especially is cooling, and it dries out oiliness. And calendula is just generally supports a lot of wounds. You could also put a little bit of tulsi or basil oil. This one I'm going to cheat. Watch me cheat. Doesn't matter, I won't cheat.
I have. Here's the.
It is already cooked.
There's some more questions.
Yeah?
Can we heat the beeswax mixed in with the oil?
No. I mean, you could. There's no harm in it, but then you cannot pour it because it'll immediately solidify when it comes out. You could try, but it is just easier in terms of logistics and transferring to do it separately. I mean, if you wanted to, like, if you had a small container and you were going to let it remain in the container and not pour it out, then you can mix it. Yeah, let me know how it turns out. What else? This is already, just somebody can take it near the camera and show it's already beginning to melt. Beginning to solidify.
There's stuff right
There
okay
you go.
angle?
Yep, that's alright.
It's beginning to solidify, so it'll solidify. The whole thing will solidify.
You tell me when you're
Yeah,
done.
that's fine.
I'm learning to not move.
I mean, we could try that in here.
So there's another question. Since it's made with sweet almond oil, which is light, can we use this for rosacea if made with the astringent rose petals and sandalwood
Yes,
essential oil?
yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Do you want some more of these containers, Marjorie?
For now, you think. So this has to be soaked for at least, the flower petals have to be soaked for at least, it has to be fresh flower petals. It does not work if it is dried. And you have to soak your flower petals for at least 1 week in advance. Yay, we're done.
There's also one more question.
Can you burn beeswax?
Why would you want to burn it? You spend so much time and effort. I mean,
Well,
yeah.
if you
it is-
accidentally,
it's
is it alright?
yeah, I mean, it's a candle, right? It's, but yeah.
But I think because it's in water, you should. I mean,
You should
just
put
keep
it-
an
more-
eye on it.
yeah.
Yeah, you could. Alright.
Done?
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed yourself. If there's any more questions, otherwise I'll end.
Any other questions?
That's where we'll
I'm just going to put it right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So shall we end the streaming now?
Yeah. 1 second, 1 second. Let me show a ready-made salve, how it looks like when it's done. So this is still, you can make a salve thick, thin. This is a thin one, but I have some thick ones that I've made. This is one that I just made a few days ago, if you could just show it in camera. The end product.
Still focusing. Can you move it back a little bit? There you go. That's good. Yeah. Okay.
And that will be done when it's done. Just like a little bit.
Alright. Yeah. I haven't seen any more questions so far.
That's it, then we can stop live streaming.
Alright. Let me just turn the audio on.